Yo, what's good? What's good? Echo. I hear Echo. Comment.
Yep.
That's you echoing?
No.
That ain't you?
No.
Hold on, I hear myself in the background. Hello?
It's me now. We good?
Nuh-uh. I can still hear myself in the background.
Oh, what's going on?
Yo. Okay, you muted yourself, so now I can't hear it no more. So welcome to the sports report, man. I can still hear myself. I hear myself. Just mention it, man. Because I can hear you.
Huh?
Yo.
I said mute.
Yo. Yo, mute yourself. Because I can hear myself in the background. Yo. I still hear myself. Yo. Yeah, I can still hear myself. Comment, get out. Yo, Conn. Yo.
Two.
All right. Yeah, so this is the sports report in the morning with Coach.
That's high. You got it too high.
Y'all can hear myself in the background still, though. I can hear myself.
Good. I can hear him now. Hold on. That's not you. No. Who's sorry? It's somebody over there. I don't know who. It's not you. You're morning blue.
The other day. I don't know what's going on.
The other day was somebody else echoing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's not from my side. So they don't handle it.
So y'all, we have some technical difficulties right now. But we'll see if Conn Man can get that situated. But this is the sports in the morning report with Coach Dante, and we had some phenomenal events over the weekend. We had the Astros winning Game 5, taking 2 games versus Texas. Again, Astros lose 2 games in a row at home. Astros losing 2 games in a row at home. They bounced back. They had a phenomenal game 3 and game 4, which is they won. I thought everybody in the lineup contribute well, especially Mauricio Dubon. He went 3 for 3 in game number 4. He was really good. He was really good in that game. He was really good in that game. Jose Altuve, you already know how Jose Altuve is. He steps up. He steps up when you need him to step up. He also had a bomb in that game. Jordan Alvarez, to me, I'd say the best left fielder in baseball. And of course, Christian Javier is undefeated and undefeated. He's undefeated. He's pretty much undefeated, man. So other than that, we took game 3. Took game 3 heads up, straight up. I thought the bullpen definitely been shut down. The bullpen definitely been kind of shut down as well. We only had two consistent guys throughout the whole year. Brian Abreu and you had Hector Neris. They were both really, really good. They were both really, really good. So in the series, so in the regular season. And we also had Brian Presley. He had some difficulties in the regular season, but also he wasn't. He was good. He was good. He was good in the postseason. He's good in the postseason right now. Game 4 was 10-3 victory for the Astros. It started off 3-0 lead when Alex Bregman hits a double to right center. He hits a double to right center field. The Texas Rangers did fight back. They did fight back. Corey Seager hits a home run on a pitch that was high and up over the plate pretty much. You had Adolis Garcia got the run started for the Texas Rangers with a home run as well. So the Texas Rangers fall back to make it 3-3. Then the Astros bats got going again. You had Alvarez with the sac fly. Alvarez was with the sac fly, pretty much with that sac fly. And then Jose Abreu put the game in check. He put the game in check pretty much with that 3-run blast, over the 3-run blast in the game. Chas McCormick also had a home run in the game. He also had a home run in that game. So Astros pretty much take the 2 games on the road. I don't know the differences between road and home, but we haven't played well at home all season. But one thing for sure, we are going home. We win or lose, we'll be at home. We got to figure out how to win. We do lose this game 5 today. We got to figure out how to win 2 home games. So other than that, Astros and Rangers tied 2-2 in the series. But in the Diamondbacks and Phillies, Philly's still up 2-1 with another game today. So we got Key in the building here this morning. How you doing, Key?
Yo, what's going on, man? What's going on? I know Conn having some issues. Couldn't leave you hanging. Had to come on.
Appreciate you. So yesterday, man, we had the Diamondbacks and Phillies. Give me your quick thoughts on the Diamondbacks and Phillies and what you saw.
Oh man, Phillies has been dominating this whole postseason so far. Only lost 2 games so far. Swept the Marlins. Lost a game to Arizona last night and to Atlanta, and then we bounced back on 1-2 to go ahead and win the series. But last night it was something different. I don't know if you noticed. I don't know if anybody watched, but in the beginning they're saying that the Phillies did not take batting practice.
Damn.
How the hell do you not take batting practice? They didn't take batting practice, and it showed last night because they couldn't hit to save their life. Nothing was hitting. They had that rookie looking like he was Randy Johnson out there on the mound, 9 Ks. I mean, Ranger Suarez did his thing. It was a pitching duel, which was fine. But we did leave some men on the base. Couldn't find the ball. Looked like we was being impatient at times. And Kimbrel, oh my God, he kills me. Kimber, I mean, the game was pretty much there. I mean, we've got out of some jams. Jose Alvarado came in and got out of a jam. It looks like L'Oreal, he didn't go on when he was supposed to run on, get that run in. He didn't run. He lunched. But then Alvarado came in and got that key double play, got out the inning.
Yeah.
As far as Kimbrel walked at least what two guys on, um, and then there was a single, so it got on base, bases loaded, and then here comes Marte. At that point, that's when Rob Thompson should have took Kimbrel out, in my opinion. Maybe put Matt Strom in. Maybe not Marte wouldn't have hit that ball right in the middle, and that's the run come home. So we can't close the game with Kimbrel. He's not consistent at all. Like he gives me a heart attack every play. And last night showed I don't know what it is that you want to close with Kimbrel. I know it's somebody else in that bullpen that could kind of close out the game, and Kimbrel ain't it.
No.
Because you seen him in the Atlanta game, the Atlanta series, when he had the bases loaded and he got out of a jam. What if we didn't get out the jam? And but Kimbrel's not it. He's not it.
So while we go from baseball, so since me and you and a lot of people, not WNBA fans, so we're gonna go ahead and give a quick discussion about the defending champions for the second straight year. Las Vegas Aces. They was without Chelsea Gray and Kia Stokes. They found a way to win 70-69. Let's give a quick thoughts on that before we get into the whole nitty gritty. Give me a quick thoughts on the Las Vegas Aces beating the New York Liberty and winning their second straight WNBA Finals.
This tells you how built this team is.
Yes.
From players down to coaching. Becky Hammond misses 3 games in the beginning of the season. They win it like it's nothing.
Yeah.
No Kia Stokes, no Chelsea Gray, who is the heart and soul of that team too as well, because she gets the offensive things moving. And you know how Kia Stokes play off the bench and her play is. For Vegas to still win the championship without their 2 stars, has to show you something how built that team is. And Asia Wilson put the team on. She didn't have the best scoring, but she rebounded her behind off.
Yeah.
The rebounding is what kept them in that game. Brianna Stewart did not have a great shooting day. Nescu and Vandersloot was killing it. Laney had some shots as well. Brianna Jones was kind of quiet, but New York was still in it. New York had a lead, but I was like, here come the Aces. Aces had costly turnovers too, and I'm just like, oh man, this game might go to Game 5 the way they were playing, but you can't count the Aces out, especially when you got Asia Wilson on the court. Jackie Young came up big. Chelsea Plum came up clutch, and that inbound play was set up for Ionescu, or it was set up for Ionescu to get that last shot, because they like to put the ball in Brianna Stewart's hands because she can penetrate off the offense, and was going to kick it back out. But Alicia Clark. Shout out to Alicia Clark for the great defense she had on Stewie. Would not allow her to pass the ball, and Aces win again.
Yep. I mean, it was a good series. It was like I said again, man. It was for the Aces to win that series, man. Like I say, I believe they only had 2 struggles throughout this whole playoffs. It was one versus my Dallas Wings. They found a way to win when nobody couldn't really score in that game. They actually found a way to win. They actually found a way to win that game. The other day. Man, I don't know how long this team gonna be put together, but man, this is another team that that may win 2 more straight. I mean, this team is put together. I think, for the long haul. And you had Candace Parker, pretty much out for the year. I don't know if she's gonna play again next year. I don't know if she's willing to play again next year or not. But you're gonna have the same team pretty much coming back next year. And long as Asia Wilson there and Coach Becky Hammond, you're gonna have an opportunity to win basketball games. So this is coming up, man, to be a dynasty, man. So y'all better watch out, man, for these Las Vegas Aces, man. They're gonna be a dynasty. This team is gonna be here for a little while. So other than that, we talked about a quick thoughts from the MLB playoffs and the WNBA pretty much. But now we go to the nitty gritty.
Hold up before we move forward. Mind you, Chelsea Gray and Candace Parker won a championship with the Sparks. Um, so they know they won a championship together with the Sparks, and then they won a championship together here with the Aces. Now the Aces do have they do have room next year for one max deal, and I'm going to say it here first, and you heard it, and remember that I told you if this happens, Jewel Lloyd will be a part of the Aces.
No, no, don't say that. Don't do that. Don't do that to him. Don't do that to him. That would be
Jewel Lloyd will not. Seattle's a rebuilding team. We know this. Why stay somewhere? If they got money enough for a max, why not be Jewel Lloyd?
hey. No, if they do that, if the league needs to stop that. The league needs to stop it right now. If that happens, the league needs to stop that right now. If she try to go to the Las Vegas Aces, the league needs to veto that trade. They need to veto that move. No, they don't. No, they don't. They need to veto that. If all that, if all, and then RC brought up LaVista Collier. I don't know if she a free agent next year either, but
That'll be good too.
the
Oh
league,
man,
the league need to veto. Don't need to let them two go. Yeah, that's too unfair right there. That's too unfair. Go to someone else. Go somewhere else like the Dallas Wings or something like that, like the Dallas Wings or something. Or I wouldn't be mad if she go to Connecticut, son. I wouldn't be mad at
look,
that.
I'll take Jewel Lloyd in L.A.
Yeah, you know she ain't coming no damn LA. You know she ain't going that far over there. But if she does, it'll be a good marketing brand for her. It'll be a good marketing brand.
Yeah.
With Mecca, I wouldn't mind that. Really wouldn't mind that though. I really wouldn't mind that. I like that. With Mecca over there, I would like that. I would actually like that. So we get into the meat and potatoes at the show. You say, do the Saints believe in Derek Carr? Last night, Derek Carr, had his own old teammate and dropped the ball pretty much into Foster Monroe hands, and it came in his hands and it just popped out. Got to catch that ball. Then he ended up throwing it to trying to throw it to Chris Olave. Chris Olave was shut down on the last play, but he also seemed to have some communication issues with Chris Olave as well, because early in the game, Chris Olave stopped running down the sideline and Carr was yelling at him. But the Saints don't look good overall. Their defense is legit, but their offense took too long to get going. Even though they did tie the game up, and their defense when they did tie the game up, their defense finally decided to give up a 53-yard touchdown to Christian Kirk. But other than that, Key, do the Saints believe in Derek Carr?
I mean, I think they do believe in him for it to be week 7. I still think you should be somewhat established and clicked by now. Because Derek Carr is not a bad quarterback, and again, I keep telling people I'm tired of this Derek Carr slander. It's not Derek Carr's fault that his receivers and everybody else is not running routes or they stop running the route. It's not his fault that his defense let that Christian Kirk play go. That was a little slant route that just kept going. He's not on defense. He don't play receiver, and he did throw that one ball. Kamara wasn't there either, and Kamara said that was his fault. So these are not Derek Carr's fault that the miscommunications or whatever. That's why he was so animated on the sideline, and he even said in the presser that he has to control his emotions and he got to chill. But that's the passion in Derek Carr, that he wants to win this game. This is the passion that he has. Because Derek Carr has never had a top offense either, or a defense. The 9 seasons he's been in this league, and of those 9, he was with the Raiders. The best
Yep.
Raiders team that he had was 2016, when Donald Penn didn't block for him and he broke his leg. Because that's the year I believe they could have went to the Super Bowl.
Yes.
That's the year they could have beat Brady. They could have beat Brady in the AFC Championship game if they would have, AFC Championship game. But they
Yeah.
had to, he broke his leg. So Derek Carr is not a bad quarterback. Once things started clicking in the second half, it took long enough, but things started working for him. Was that a bad pass that he threw to Foster Moreau? One can say it was, because it was on the fingertips, but if it touches your hands, you got to catch it. You got to catch it. So that play, that catch definitely was catchable Foster Monroe, I know that hurts. You gotta catch balls like that, especially if it's on your fingertips, it's in your hands. You gotta catch it. Cause that was game. He was wide open. Um, so the Saints got to figure out offensively what they need to do.
Yeah. Yeah, so like for a guy like Foster Monroe, that's no excuse. That ball right there, lay right there where you wanted it to. You gotta catch that goddamn ball. You gotta catch that goddamn football. That's inexcusable for you to be a big 6 foot tight end and don't catch that. Don't catch a ball like that. That's laying right there, laying right there. So again, the offense did take a little while to get going, but they end up tying the game. The defense ended up giving up that 53-yard touchdown. And you let a hobbled up Trevor Lawrence come in your home and beat you like that. That is unacceptable for the New Orleans Saints. And it's unacceptable how the offense is really, really that bad. And now the New Orleans Saints, I don't know, man. They got too many good players and playmakers on that offensive side just not to be scoring the way they don't suppose they be scoring, man. So I don't understand the New Orleans Saints, but hope they get going quickly. Hope they get going quick, fast, in a hurry. Because again, for Derek Carr, the excuses, kind of maybe running out for him because he jumps from the fourth best quarterback in that division, and he's the best quarterback in the NFC South, and he's still not winning the division right now. Only trailing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are 3-2, coming into this game, coming into this season right now, going into Sunday. So, Saints got to get it together. The offensive coordinator got to get it together. Hey, man, like I say, the Saints not looking good right now. So, you got the Cleveland Browns. I mean, is their defense legit to you?
That defense is pretty legit to me. What they did with the 49ers, we all know how Miles Garrett is, how he's playing well. Denzel Ward, those guys, I like Cleveland's defense a lot. Um, they shut down the higher power offense of the 49ers, especially with Christian McCaffrey going down to injury, Deebo Samuel. They got pressure to Brock Purdy, who didn't have a great game. Who didn't have a great game last week. So I really think that the Cleveland's defense is legit. Jim Schwartz got them boys playing lights out.
Oh yeah. Did Jim Schwartz used to coach for the Eagles?
Yeah, he got the Super Bowl year.
Oh, okay. So Miles Garrett is a legit player. Miles Garrett is a superstar type player. Denzel Ward has all the making to be a shutdown corner in the NFL. They got some good guys on that defense, man. I've been very impressed with the Cleveland Browns defense. I've been very impressed with them, and especially what they did for San Francisco. I believe who was dropping 30 points per game on defenses. And yeah, that defense looked legit. And Jim Schwartz got that defense playing really, really well. That secondary is playing awesome as well. They're doing a good job. They're doing a good job of stopping the run. So that and PJ Walker, who's not a very good quarterback, found a way to beat the San Francisco 49ers. So other than that, hey, they finally made Brock Purdy finally struggled in the game. He finally struggled in the game, finally took his first loss. I believe he was 10-0 until that first loss right there. So the Browns finally kind of figured him out a little bit. I think it may be a blueprint in the NFL, so other teams know how to stop Brock Purdy. But other than that, congratulations to the Cleveland Browns. They're not as bad as everybody thought they were against when they went against San Francisco. So, and I don't know why you put this part right here. Coach DeMeco Ryans, is he the early coach of the year?
You can put him up there as favorites for right now. He's coming in doing an amazing job with the Texans. Is it too early? It may be, but you definitely got to look at him. We all know how the Houston Texans has been since Deshaun Watson left, since D Hop left. They've been last place in the bottom of the barrel for the last couple of years. But D'Amico Ryans come in, they get a CJ Stroud, they get some pieces to put around them. They go out and get a Will Anderson on the defensive side of the ball. We all know D'Amico Ryans is a defensive guy, so he had to have that on his team. And look at him, he's turned the team around. Coming off the bye. Y'all on a bye week this week, right?
Yeah, we on
Yeah.
about
So what 3-3?
3 and 3, 3 and 3.
So 3-3, that's not bad right now. Y'all wasn't 3-3 this year or last year.
Nope,
So
we went over.
definitely is some changes. They realize Davis Mills is not that guy. So D'Amico Ryans, I give credit to him. I believe he is an early front runner for Coach of the Year.
All right, so let me send a message to D'Amico Ryans, coach. D'Amico Ryans, you're not Coach of the Year at this stage right now, D'Amico Ryans. And we get in the playoffs, yeah, you can have that title if you get in the playoffs. But everybody should know I'm very hard on every team. I'm very hard on my team. I gotta really see it right now. To be 3 and 3 at this stage is really good. To be honest, especially where we was for the last 2 years. For the last 2 years, especially where we were the last 2 years, 3 and 3 is a good accomplishment. But again, can we come out of this bye weekend when we get some healthy guys back and not? We got a game immediately versus the Carolina Panthers, who are 0-6. Can we not give them the first win? I'll give them their first win of the season, which we should win that. We should win that goddamn game. You got a winnable game versus Tampa Bay. That's gonna tell me everything I really need to know about this, about how this season's gonna play out and how this team is gonna be. So, yeah. Again, he's in the discussion early, but hey, D'Amico Ryans, you're doing a great job. You're doing a great job. Keep that head shining for me, or shine at some more, and we'll be fine. But other than that, the Bengals are been very good lately, man. Are they still winning in the AFC North?
If they keep playing the way they're playing, I think they can still win the North. Right now Baltimore has that spot, but Baltimore hasn't been looking good the last couple games. They got a tough game with Detroit, which I picked Detroit to win in an upset over Baltimore. Um, but no, if the Bengals defense keeps playing the way they playing, Joe Burrow can play at the high level. His offensive line can protect them. He find his open guys, Chase, Mixon, T. Higgins, and those guys. I think Cincinnati can win the North.
Yeah, I've been had them winning the North. I've been had them winning the North. I ain't backed off my pick. They been doing a very great job. Joe Burrow, everybody on him was about his money, and rightfully so. That Joe Burrow was struggling early, and he got everything done. He got the job done. Got the job done so far. The last 2 games, got to give Joe Burrow credit for making the adjustments, making the proper adjustments in it for the last couple of games. So Joe Burrow has been really good, man. I got to give it to him. Joe Burrow's been really good. They're 3 and 3. They're in last place right now because the Pittsburgh Steelers are 3 and 2, and and also they're 0 and 2 in their division. They're 0 and 3 in their conference, so that don't help them at all. So that's why they're in last place in the division. But I got a feeling they're gonna split with the Browns. They're gonna split with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they're gonna find a way to split with Baltimore. So got to give them credit, man. Got to give them credit. They played well. They've been playing well these last 2 games, and I still think they're gonna win the NFC. I still think they'll be good enough to win the NFC North. So right now, the Lions, the best team in the NFC right now.
Well, right now we got 3 teams that are 5-1. We got the Eagles, we got the 49ers, and we got the Lions. Now, going into before last Sunday's losses, the Eagles and the 49ers were undefeated. You have to put the Lions in that conversation. They're already the best teams in NFC. I still think the 49ers and the Eagles are above them, but they are number 3. I say in my opinion. The Eagles and San Fran still got a complete team to me. defensive wise, offensive, even on the special team side. They got the quarter. Maybe Jalen Hurts is
Yeah,
better than Brock Purdy. You may can say he's better than Jared Goff. But the Lions are finding ways to win offensively. They got injuries with Montgomery, and I think Jameer Gibbs is hurt, but they're finding ways to win the game. And credit to the defense as well. Aiden Hutchinson, and those guys are really playing great defense. Um,
yeah,
Branch, they're playing great defense. So I wouldn't say the Lions are the best yet. Let them get past Baltimore, and then maybe we'll see if they can go move into 6-1. They definitely have a chance to be the best team in the NFC.
yeah. I'm gonna hold that. I'm gonna hold that title to the Philadelphia Eagles, and to prove otherwise. They're the defending champions. So they're still 5. They're still 5-1. But I'm gonna keep that title to the Philadelphia Eagles. Otherwise, I think San Francisco has a case to be made in that one. Has a case to be made in that one. They're the closest team I think that can beat the Philadelphia Eagles because of their defense is very good. And if Brock Purdy can play, he's been playing consistent. This is his first game that he didn't play well at all. But if he can find a way to manage the game and don't turn the ball over, I think the 49ers is the closest team. But right now you can't overlook how the good the Lions have played and how good the Lions have been. Man, they have been very good. Their defense has been really playing some good football too. So can't overlook their defense, man. I know CJ been going back and forth with Debo this weekend. That's been very challenging right there. But hey, guess what? Hey, you're winning games. You're winning games. So, I guess you got the right to jab at Debo, and Debo got the right to jab back at each other. That's just two brothers that's right now competitive. On two competitive teams, a good team. So Lions definitely do a good job of that title right there. So we go to the Philadelphia Eagles and the Miami Dolphins, which is they play on Sunday night. Statement win. Bigger statement win for the Eagles or Miami? Which one you going with?
I'm gonna go with Philly. This would be a great statement win, knowing how they lost to the Jets and the wins prior to the Jets. We haven't seen that explosive Eagles team that we seen last year winning
Mm-hmm.
games convincingly. They've been barely squeaking by with winning games. But if the Eagles do win this game on Sunday against Miami, this would be the biggest statement win for them, knowing because Tua is not playing well. He got two receivers, Tyreek Hill and Waddle. You know how the running game is. No Devin A-Chain, but you still got Raheem Mostert. Their defense isn't that bad. I know Jalen Ramsey is practicing, but I don't think he's playing this game. Slay is definitely going to have his hands full with Tyreek Hill. He'd be the best one to probably can run toe to toe with him. They've seen it last year in preseason when they had to practice together, and Slade was
Yep.
definitely covering Tyreek Hill pretty good. So this is going to be a true test for the Eagles here. Now, if they can contain Tyreek Hill, that means Jalen Waddle is going to be open. So I mean, you can't slow down a Tyreek Hill because he's just too fast. But if you can contain him enough to where he's not scoring or catching long bombs for him to have 4 catches over 100 yards, this man's on pace to get 2,000 yards. He already has 818, I think, receiving yards after week 7, after six or
Yep.
7 games already, and you're already at almost at 1,000 mark already. We're halfway through the season. This man's on pace to 200 yards. So if you slow down Tyreek Hill, I think you slow down Miami, and that front four of the Eagles is pretty nasty. Let's see if they can get to Tua. But this would definitely be a statement win if the Eagles win this.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to the other side. Statement win. Miami. You want to prove that you one of the best teams in the NFL. You want to prove hey, that you can beat anybody, or that you're the best team in the AFC, that you can beat the Chiefs, because a lot of people saying the Chiefs they're not the same team. They're not the same team. But when it counts the most, the Chiefs know how to win football games when it counts the most. But other than that, hey, if you want to prove that you are the cream of the crop and you can compete with some of these best teams in the league, Sunday will be the night to prove it. You got the Eagles, who has a very good defensive line. You got the Kansas City Chiefs, who's already won, if I'm not mistaken, 2 championships or 3 championships already. You got the Detroit Lions, in that they putting a lot of people putting the Detroit Lions in that conversation. So again, if you want to prove that you can compete with the best of them, and you are the best of them, you can prove it by beating the Philadelphia Eagles and making a statement and saying, hey, we're that team. Tua been struggling. Tua got to be on this A game. You cannot be throwing pick sixes, interceptions. Cannot be doing that. Not against this defense. Can they run the ball effectively? We'll see. Both can make a case. Statement win. Both, it'll be a statement win for both of them. But if Miami want to prove that they're legit, hey, this is the game in Philadelphia, in Lincoln Financial Stadium. You go in there and you win that game. If Eagles win, there's going to be some questions about the Miami Dolphins. If the Miami Dolphins win, especially win by double-digit fashion, there's going to be questions about the Eagles. There's going to be some questions about the Eagles and stuff like that. So Miami, this is a statement win for you guys. This could be a statement win. Philadelphia, you also could be a statement win. Say, you just barely been getting by. No game has been easy for Philadelphia. Every game has been really hard for them. This is one of these games that Philadelphia, that you can prove, hey, we still championship contender worthy. We don't want to just, it's only so long that you can win games by just getting by. Can't just always just get by. You want to have that dominant game, and Philadelphia hasn't had that dominant game yet, especially on the offensive side of the ball. But other than that, good choice by both teams. But other than that, we'll see what happens Sunday. Me and Key in the building, and my boy Kuma Kane will be on the call Sunday night for that big time primetime game. So we go from one Philadelphia, we go across the street, Philadelphia. James Harden, let me see, has not practiced since Sunday. And they were talking about some personal issues, that's a lie, because he's been in Houston all weekend. He's been in Houston. And Philadelphia expect him to explain his actions and to see about his punishment. Now, this is a guy, that's Daryl Morey. Did everything for. He did everything for throughout the past couple of years. He wanted Chris Paul. Daryl Morey did it for him. His best friend, Daryl Morey, did it for him. He wanted to go to Philadelphia the first time. The Rockets didn't trade him. Now they traded to Brooklyn. Once Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant went down, he couldn't be the man no more, and he quit on Brooklyn. Now he goes to Philadelphia 76ers. He checks out in the Miami series. He quit in the Miami series. This year, he won Philadelphia 2 games. He won them 2 games. But in game 7, you didn't need him when you needed him most. He didn't step up. He took, prior to that, before the season started, he took a pay cut for a $33 million PJ Tucker and Daniel House. That's who he took a pay cut for. Daryl Morey promised him his money at that time. James Harden goes on national TV. He gets fined and called Daryl Morey a liar, and he would never play for someone like that again. He had a press conference about it, and he said he lost trust in Daryl Morey in the front office, and he said this cannot be fixed. So he been to 1 training camp practice, and that was the scrimmage. After Sunday, didn't show up again. So he missed another practice, skipped another practice, which is he was in Houston, and he had some personal issues, that's a lie. He doesn't have any personal issues. He just haven't been to practice, and he doesn't want to be there for him, which could turn out a problem for the Philadelphia 76ers. You want to try to get this man out of the locker room quick, fast, in a hurry, but Daryl Morey's stubbornness, 1 and 2 first-round picks, and Terrence Mann, which is the Clippers, hung up the phone immediately and didn't want no part of Daryl Morey making that deal. So Daryl Morey basically trying to hold him and get first-round picks from James Harden, which is he doesn't have that type of value no more. So Daryl Morey failing to make something happen, and now James Harden is skipping practice again. Now, the key, what's going on, James Harden?
I'm over James Harden. I feel like this is the Ben Simmons 2.0 all over again. We all know what happened with Ben Simmons. Daryl Morey waited to the very last, possible minute to get him out of here. And then Daryl Morey is going to blame the Clippers, saying they could have got this done. They already said that they don't want to give up Terrence Mann. Morey wanted Paul George. They're not going to give up Paul George. Just face it that nobody wants James Harden. If this is what's going to happen, let him suffer till February. Just let him rot in. If he don't want to come play, don't let him. Then he don't play. He's going to lose money, but the crazy part is if he doesn't play this season, next year we'll still have him. If this was that bad, and this had to been like a shake deal because he thought that Morey was going to give him a max deal. Knowing how you played in the playoffs, you really think a team's going to give you max dollars? Come on, James Harden, you got to be real about that. And if that how you felt, you shouldn't have opted back in. You should have just opted out and went somewhere else. Maybe somebody else could have picked you up, or you could have went elsewhere. But now, this is all on Daryl Morey and the Sixers organization again. Now we got to play another season with possibly not another star for Embiid. But we know how Joel is. He's good in the regular season, but we get to the playoffs, he's non-existent. But Nick Nurse coming in here as new coach, trying to get the team around, trying to see what he can do. I've seen some flashes from what I've seen in the playoffs. I mean, not playoffs, in the preseason, that he has changed the team a little bit. The spacing's there. He got, more shooters. He got people shooting. So we'll see. Do we need James Harden? No. I think we'll be okay without Harden on the floor. Yeah, you are still missing a 20 and 10 guy, but let somebody else be that 20 and 10 guy. Give me 15 and 10 for somebody else that we know that can score, that Doc Rivers didn't develop off the bench, or someone else we can implement in the lineup. But I don't know what's going on with Harden. If you want to play, he's going to play. If not, oh well. Stay in Houston then.
Yep. But again, it's just like, if I'm promised my money from taking a pay cut, hell yeah, I want my money too. I want my money too. That don't mean for James Harden to act the way he act, though. That don't mean that part right now. To mispractice, act the way he act. But if I'm promised my money, now I promised my max contract, and I never took a pay cut a day in my life, hell yeah, I'm going to want my money. I'm going to want my money. Even though he played the way he played, I'm still going to want my money because that was what promised. That was what was promised from Daryl Morey, that he was going to give him. I know it was some type of talk. Also, that if he took that pay cut, that he was going to get his money. And James Harden don't normally take a pay cut for anything. He don't normally take no pay cuts at all. He never took a pay cut in Houston. He never took a pay cut in Houston. Rightfully so, because he was the man. He was the man in Houston, and he enjoyed every penny of his money over there. But again, Daryl Morey, I believe, like we all know, Daryl Morey, for him to come out and say that on national TV, like we've been discussing, that he promised James Harden that he was going to pay him his money, and now James Harden played the way he played in the playoffs, and now he backfired and said, I don't think it's a good idea to pay you your money. And James Harden even said himself, they were talking all season long, and after the playoff game, the communications cut off. The communication stopped. Daryl Morey stopped communicating with him, and that's what everything just went down the smoke. So that's how you really know, Daryl Morey actually was promising this man his money. And Daryl Morey, I'm not going to say he's holding James Harden hostage, because You know damn well you're not getting another star for James Harden at this point of your career. His point of his career, you're not getting no goddamn Paul George. Come on, Daryl Morey. Cut that out. You're not getting no star. You may can get probably a pick or two, but I don't know if he's that value of a first round pick. I don't know who's going to be willing to take that chance of giving you probably a star or a first round pick right now. If someone give you a first round pick, then so be it. But 2 first round picks, Terrence Mann, and you want Paul George? Come on, Daryl Morey. You're asking for too much. And James Harden believed Daryl Morey playing with the trade. He believed, and I understand you want to get something for him. You don't want him to leave, but like James Harden has a fault in this too, because again, if you should have opted out. You should not opt out. You should have went to someone else. You had the opportunity to go somewhere else. Hey, you didn't take that opportunity, to go somewhere else. So other than that, but Daryl Morey, starts with Daryl Morey. He promised James Harden his money, and hey, James Harden didn't get his money. Now James Harden back again, acting a fool again on the Sixers organization. So we'll see what's gonna happen from here on out. So like I want your final thoughts, take on this one. Do you think James Harden will be traded before opening night when the Sixers play their first game, or do you think he will still be on the roster? Do you what is your prediction on that? What is your feeling on that? Do you think he's traded before opening night? Do you think he'd be in the Sixers uniform on opening night, or do you think he'd be at home, or do you think he'll be with another team on opening night?
Well, opening night is, I believe, season starts next Tuesday.
Yeah.
And I think that I don't know if the Sixers play that Tuesday, or I know they play that week. I know our first game is Milwaukee, I believe.
Yeah.
He won't be traded by then.
Okay.
He'll still be in the Sixers uniform. Do I still think he will be traded? I think he will be. It just might be longer in the season, probably closer to when we were make that push for the playoffs. I think that's when James will be traded. You never know. God forbid, you don't want no injuries to happen. But what if a team, desperately needs a guard, and of course James Harden's available, then that's where that comes to play. And Daryl, I understand that you just don't want anything back, but you got to look at the value of this team. Joel Embiid doesn't have many more years left before he decides to either want to run him back, or he decides he wants to go elsewhere and compete for a championship. So you got to think about the value of the team. If they offer you a good deal, or a fair deal, you got to take it. You have to take it. If a team gives you maybe a player and a pick for James Harden, you got to take it. Even if it's a starter or a role player, you got to take it. I feel like we have a good starting 5 without James Harden. You can possibly slide the Anthony Milton in there. Maybe the Oubre can start, or rather you want him come off the bench, or get one of them other younger guys that we got on the that could be a 1 or a 2. Push Maxey to the point. Have somebody else as a 2 guard come in. And there's plenty of ways we can work this out without James Harden on the floor. But you gotta look at the deal that's being presented to you, Daryl. I know you just don't want him for nothing, but we gotta look at this moving forward. We can't just keep playing this back and forth game because you want a high value pick for James Harden. He's not that Houston James Harden. I can see, I want maybe 2 firsts for him, but he's not worth 2 firsts. Maybe a first and a second, 2 seconds and a player or somebody. But we can't just not sit here and not trade James Harden.
Yep. And so it makes me feel special, that we had the last great James Harden. And James Harden was the last great one to come out, last great one in Houston. So we so thankful for that. So thankful for that, James Harden, that you was good, and you spent your last good years in Houston, and you still was 20 and 10 scorer, 20 and 10 guy. First with Philly and Brooklyn. But hey, we had the last great actual James Harden in Houston. So we go from James Harden to Iggy. Iggy retired after 19 seasons. Is he a Hall of Famer in your book?
I Hold on.
All right. So what I'm gonna say, hold on, let me see if okay. Go
And
ahead.
I had to go on the laptop than on my phone.
You
Let's see, Iguodala throughout his career, 19 seasons here in the NBA, 4 championships. He won all 4 with Golden State. He was drafted by Philly. You know, I know all about Iggy. He was he was drafted by Philly. You know, they called him the other AI because you know
yeah, I remember that.
he
Yep.
came in with Iverson, but Iguodala wasn't bad. You know, he was a good shooter, a great defender. But is he Hall of Fame worthy? Well, let's check out his stats here. So again, 19 seasons. You know, he played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 seasons with Philly. He went to Denver for a while. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 seasons. Oh, sorry, probably what 9 seasons with Golden State and 2 with
Yep.
Miami. So throughout his career, he played 1,231 games. Averaged about 32 minutes. He was probably as his. I mean, he never was a great shooter per game scorer. Maybe his highest was what 19 points back in the Philly season back in 2017. I mean 2007. Average about 5 assists, 4 rebounds. But he's great defensively. And again, he has 4 championship rings to prove it. Could he be Hall of Fame worthy? I mean, maybe. He has a lot of flaws. Maybe that may not get him into the Hall of Fame because I don't think Robert Ory's in there and he got 7.
No, he's in. Yeah, you're right.
So, I don't think he did I don't think he did enough to get into the Hall. I mean, it's definitely iffy, but I mean, he was a great player. I'm not denying his talents. You know, 4 NBA championships is hard to do. So, but I don't think he's Hall of Fame worthy.
Yeah, I don't think he's Hall of Fame worthy either. If he gets in the Hall of Fame, so be it. But I don't think he's actually Hall of Fame worthy. You know, he was valuable to the Golden State Warriors' success as well. He did win 4 straight. He did win 4 championships. You know, in Golden State, was a very good defensive player. He won the MVP of the NBA Finals when they played against Cleveland the first time when Kyrie and Kevin Love was out. That was shocking because I thought it should have been Steph Curry winning the MVP, and everybody thought it should have been Steph Curry winning that MVP that year. But other than that, he was valued to their success. In Philadelphia, man, the man used to average 20 points, over 20 points per game. I remember when they used to call him the other AI when he played with Allen Iverson over there. He can score back then. That was the Iggy that can shoot, do everything pretty much. Liked him in Philadelphia, but I don't think his numbers is worth Hall of Fame worthy. I think he's a valuable player, but I don't think his numbers are worth Hall of Fame worthy. So we go from another one. We go from the greatest number 1 pick of all time, and you have LeBron James, Shaquille O'Neal. You have Magic, Kareem, or Tim Duncan. To you, who's the greatest number 1 pick of all time?
So let's look at this list here. All great players. All won championships. But who was the greatest number 1 of all time? Hold on, let me I got some stats. Of course, you always know I got stats to back it up, but I'm looking for it. Crap. All right. Magic, Kareem, Shaq, LeBron, or Timmy. I did. Timmy was on that list, wasn't it?
Yep.
Of course, LeBron didn't go to high school, but LeBron is a talent. Not saying he's he's the number 1 scorer of all time. passing Kareem record. He got 4 championships. Um, but you're never going to see another player like Shaq ever.
Yeah, I know
um,
you feel like that.
I'm gonna say Shaq. You're not going to see another dominant big man like that ever coming out of being a number one pick overall. Just look at what Shaq's done. The points, the rebounds, the championships, how big and dominant he is. Who was stopping Shaq back then?
Nobody.
So I'm gonna say Shaq. I'm gonna say Shaq.
All right. I like that. I like that. I'm gonna go with Tim Duncan. I'm gonna go with Tim Duncan. Uh, Tim Duncan come out immediately, makes an impact for the San Antonio Spurs. 4 championships for Tim Duncan. Mr. Fundamental, the engine to make the team go for us rebounding, block shots, scoring 20 points each and every night. Was the catalyst of those Greg Popovich teams. Immediately, the Spurs, gets the number one pick. Immediately, the Spurs gets better. They win the championship in the 1999-2000 season against the New York Knicks in the 8th seed. Latrell Sprewell, Allen Houston, them. They win another finals against the New Jersey Nets, which is the New Jersey Nets should have been even in the NBA finals at that point. They beat Detroit on one of them. Miami, they beat Miami on one of them. They revenged they lost the year before and beat Miami on one of them. I forgot who they beat. They beat someone else prior to I believe prior to the Pistons as well. I can't forget who they forgot who they beat, but 4 championships for Tim Duncan. I'm gonna go with Tim Duncan, but the logical, you have LeBron James, who most people would actually say, but I just wanted to go with someone outside of LeBron James and give Tim Duncan that respect that he damn near deserves. So other than that, we got start, bench, or cut. Start, bench, or cut. You got KG, Tim Duncan, Rasheed Wallace. Which one you going with?
This is a good.
Yep.
I wasn't having expect for me to answer this. But damn, KG, Timmy, or Rasheed. Woo. This is a good one. All right. We all know how good Kevin Garnett was. Tim Duncan, Mr. Fundamentals, Rasheed Wallace definitely was that scorer back, the Portland and the Piston days as well. But I think I'm gonna have to leave Wallace on the short end of the stick. I'm gonna have to start Timmy, bench KG, and gotta cut Rasheed.
The same here. Same scenario in my book right there. So we got 3-on-3 basketball. Which team wins 3-on-3? You got Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, James Harden, Russell Westbrook versus Steph, Ja, LaMelo.
Good grief. All right, so let's analyze this here. So Westbrook. If it's shooting wise, we're not going to let Russell Westbrook beat us shooting wise. We're going to let him chuck up shots all day long because he's going to brick most of them. James Harden, he still got that step that he can get to the lane and do the layup if he wants to get to the basket. SGA is just a natural talent all around. He can shoot. He can drive the basket. Westbrook and Harden, they aren't stingy when it comes to assisting the ball.
Yep.
But then here's where it gets tricky at, because who is playing defense on Steph Curry, who is playing defense on Ja Morant, and who is playing defense on LaMelo Ball? I'm going to go with Steph, Ja, Melo here.
Okay, I like that. I like that switch up.
Melo has crazy vision, so he's going to see Ja and he's going to see Steph Curry for that pull up. Ja Morant's all around as well. He can shoot. He can drive the lane. He can attack the basket. Steph Curry don't really attack the rim like that, but when you need him to, he'll go there. So you all know Steph is not going to attack the basket. but he moves very well without the ball. So Steph, I can see him moving around, trying to find openings. But I'm gonna go with Steph, Ja, and Melo to win a game.
All right. So okay. 101. 101. Kyrie or Alverson.
Oh shit! Ugh. Dang. Okay, so we all know Kyrie has handles for days. He can attack the basket. He can shoot. AI can do the same. Um, it all gonna come down who's more shiftier and who can get to the basket. Um, I'm gonna say AI.
Okay. Okay. I like that. I like AI too. I like AI too. I like AI too. I'll take AI too. So we got the last thing
But
before
wait,
we.
who you taking to win 3-on-3? Don't leave yourself
Well,
out of this.
who I'm taking? I'm taking James Harden, Russell Westbrook. No.
Why? Let me see your
Because
reasoning.
are we talking about at their best or right now? Are we talking about?
We talking about their peak. Yeah, we
Oh
like
yeah, yeah. I'm taking James Harden. Yeah, I'm taking James Harden. Hey, Russell Westbrook. If you tell me at they peak, yeah, I'm going with them. If you tell me now, then I'm making a case. I can make a case for LaMelo. But if you talking about when at they best, you talking about Rocket James Harden when he was unstoppable, nobody could actually guard him one on one. Then yeah, I will take that. And SGA and Russell Westbrook. Yeah, Russell Westbrook can't shoot, but he'll make you a couple of threes at that point. But James Harden will be the guy that they wouldn't be able to guard. They wouldn't be able to guard. So yeah, if they best, yeah, I'm going with James Harden and SGA. Them. Oh yeah, if they at the peak, yeah, I'm doing that. That's the way I'm going.
okay.
Yeah. So you got the Las Vegas Aces again. We talked about the subject. Will they win? Will they be the favorite? We know they're going to be favorites to win next year. We already know that. And then they got one. They got money. You say they got money to sign a who? Another
I
who?
think they have. If I read it right, they do have some. They do have where they can sign another max, sign a max to someone. So that means someone else can come in. Um, we don't know what Candace Parker's going to do if she's going to run it back. So, but yeah, but they are the favorites to win.
If I'm Candace Parker, due to the fact she got hurt, I run it back. And if they get a Jewel Lloyd or Lavessa Collier, my goodness gracious.
It's a wrap.
Like I say, they need the commission need to veto that. Let her go. I wouldn't mind them going to the Sparks or the Atlanta Dream or someone, but don't let them go to the Las Vegas Aces. Don't let now one of those ladies go to the Las Vegas Aces. Enough is enough. New York Liberty, they too good as well. They good as well. But I would rather for the Las Vegas Aces, come on now. Becky Hammond, don't do it. Because I know Becky Hammond is gonna find a way to do it. She's gonna find a way to sell Jewel Lloyd and Navissa Collier on coming to the Las Vegas Aces. And you know they're gonna be right in the mix, man. You know they're gonna get a meeting with the Las Vegas Aces. You know they're gonna want to try to win a title. Man, come on, man. Don't do that. Don't do it. If Candace Parker retires, if she does decide to hang it up, that I'm telling you, another free agent gonna come in there and they're gonna get one of those two girls like that. And that would be crazy. That would just be insane. Even if she don't retire, you still someone will sacrifice and come off the bench. Someone would do that. But golly, come on, Lee. Don't let that happen at all. But other than that, we came down to the tail end of the show, man. Can you tell the people where they can follow you at?
Y'all already know I am in the building, as my name is Key in the Building on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. You know, you can find me everywhere. I'm right here on the Sports Wave Network. You know, with this guy to my left, make sure y'all come and see us every Tuesday.
Yep.
The 7200 Second Podcast that goes down every Tuesday. We'll be back this week. So we'll get talk about some basketball, everything else that goes down around the sports world. But yeah, you definitely make sure y'all catch Coach Dante here with Conn. Conn had some issues this morning technically, so I had to hop in for him. But yeah, I'm around.
Yeah, y'all know I'm always around. And shout out to everybody. This is your sports report in the morning with Coach and Conn. Thanks Keith for filling in for this morning. Y'all already know where to find me at. I am a hard person to find. So as for myself, Coach Dante, as for Key, y'all have a good rest of your college football weekend and your NFL weekend and your ALCS championship week and your NLCS championship week. Y'all have a good rest of y'all day.
All righty.